The story's starting in just a bit. After that, we're cracking open some bizarre thoughts, only on Vindistrict Talks.
They didn't cast a reflection, but I did. This happened in New York about 8 months ago, and I still don't know if what I saw was real, or if my brain was just too tired to protect me that night. So I had just wrapped a consulting job. One of those 70-hour grinds where you forget what day it is. I wasn't even planning to go out, but a client invited me to this low-key cocktail event. I wore a slim gray suit, nothing loud, clean fade, loafers, and a watch that looked like I care more than I do. The spot was in Tribeca private loft, coded buzzer, that kind of place. It didn't have a name on the building, just 6C. Inside, the lighting was dim, like unnaturally dim, the kind where your eyes take longer to adjust than they should. No music. Just expensive perfumes and colognes thick in the air. Everyone looked well curated. Not overdressed, just precise. Like someone had removed every visible flaw before letting them walk in. There were no phones out. Not a single one. I was sipping an old-fashioned near a massive wall mirror when I noticed something. A guy in a dark red suit brushed behind me. He didn't bump me, just close enough to catch in my periphery. I turned slightly out of habit. Looked into the mirror. I saw myself, the room, the bar, but I didn't see him. Not in the mirror. Just missing, like the glass edited him out. I turned around. He was still walking away, headed toward the far end of the room. I scanned again. No reflection. I thought, okay, maybe weird lighting, maybe a trick. But then I started watching. 4 other people also had no reflections. Different angles, different spots. No glass tricks. Just nothing. Everyone else reflected normally. But those 4? Blank. Then one of them, a woman in a long black dress, locked eyes with me through the mirror. Only the mirror. She wasn't facing me, but somehow she was staring at me in the glass. I turned fast. She was facing away, talking to someone, laughing even. But in the mirror, she was still watching. I set my drink down, slowly. Tried to play it cool. I headed for the door. Didn't run, didn't stumble, just steady steps like nothing was wrong. But when I got to the hallway, the elevator was gone. The shaft was there, but no call button. No elevator. Just a blank wall with a brass plate that read, "We don't go down." I turned around. The same man in the red suit was standing at the end of the hallway, watching, not smiling, not even blinking. I didn't say a word. I walked past the elevator shaft toward the stairwell sign, found the door and pushed it open. Concrete stairs, emergency lights, blessed silence. I walked down all 6 flights without looking back. When I reached the lobby, there was a different doorman than before. Younger, confused when I asked about the event upstairs, said they hadn't hosted anything all week. Said 6C was under renovation. I could have fought it, demanded proof, but I didn't. I just thanked him and left. Outside it was raining. Not hard, just enough to blur the city a bit. I looked at my reflection in a window as I walked past. Still there, but for weeks after, I kept catching my reflection looking back too soon. Like it already knew what I was about to do, and I haven't seen that red suit again. But sometimes, when I walk past certain buildings at night, I feel like someone, at least one of them, has been watching me ever since.
Bizarre thoughts with Vindistrict Talks. What if vampires aren't extinct? They just rebranded? We always picture vampires as relics, capes, castles, coffins, fangs dripping over candlelit necks like it's always midnight in the 1800s. But what if that version of them died out for a reason? What if they evolved? What if vampires didn't go extinct? They just rebranded? Think about it. Would the modern world even notice? Would we see the sign if they weren't in the form we expected? No more long black cloaks or sleeping in dirt. Maybe now they wear tailored suits or oversized hoodies in the back of a rideshare. Maybe they run nightclubs, manage private equity firms, or rent out rooftop apartments with blacked out windows and zero social media presence. They don't hide in the shadows anymore. They've become the shadows we overlook, and maybe they don't drink blood the way we think. Not from goblets or victims with gasping breaths. Maybe it's cleaner now. Clinical, processed. Hospitals, blood banks, quiet donations with no questions asked. Or maybe they don't need blood at all. Not anymore. Maybe what they really feed on now is attention. Obsession, adoration. The kind of hunger that thrives on followers and likes. The kind of immortality you don't buy with fangs, but with influence. They've adapted because survival demands it. And the more we romanticize them, turn them into brooding anti-heroes or glittering heartthrobs, the more we soften the edges of what they really are. Predators that watch, that wait, that smile just wide enough to make you forget who's in control. Because that's the trick, right? Vampires never had to overpower you. They just had to be invited in. And tell me, when's the last time you really looked at someone you admired? Someone who seemed untouchable. Perfect skin, eyes that don't blink enough, never seem to age, never post their childhood photos, never get tagged without approving it first. What if they're still out there, not hiding underground, but standing next to you on the elevator, sitting across from you at a dimly lit bar, or watching you right now from behind a screen, not ancient, not extinct, just rebranded.
Follow Vindistrict Talks for weekly stories.